Welcome
Welcome
to Danica Daycast.
Danica
Daycast. And today,
episode 15.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And today, Daniel would like to dedicate a song to you, our viewer.
It's a Daycast time. We're going to eat some grapes
And potatoes.
Not potatoes. Never potatoes on the Daycast. That's pretty good, right? Going to win a Grammy. So some of you may have realized I'm covering a little bit more of my arm than usual.
Yeah, he's ashamed.
I'm not ashamed. It's just I'm here to do the big reveal.
It's a new phobia, the arm phobia.
I got a reveal to do.
Yeah, reveals.
So everyone
want
always
me to
says
do
to
a
me,
countdown?
Dan, when are you going to get your first tattoo? When are you getting a tattoo? When are you getting a tattoo? Well, today's the day, boys and girls. I have come tatted up. I hope you're ready for this. Monica, will you do the countdown?
1.
Let's count up.
Oh,
Count
sorry.
Monica, do the countdown.
3, 2,
Oh!
1. Pop, pop,
Oh no, this guy's
pop.
coming
It's
off.
peeling off.
It's peeling off. We just saw my little brother who is much younger than me, and he just had a Pokemon themed birthday party, and they had some Pokemon tattoos left. So
And Daniel just had to catch them all.
well, it's proof I caught them all. Well, because I was like, let's both like we both had like a big sheet of them, and I said, okay, I'll get a sheet, you get a sheet. But you're like, no, I'm sensitive. Ooh.
I get itchy.
Well, because you said you haven't had one of these since like you were like a little kid, right?
Yeah.
Which makes sense. That's the age you get these. Yeah, with me, it's been a while as well. But I figured we got all these tattoos, we might as well put them to use. So that's what I got. I'm ready for the big serious world of seriousness.
What serious world?
I don't know. I think it's serious outside. You know, that's what the kids say.
I don't think so.
They're like, man, it's pretty serious in here.
What do you mean?
And they say,
who's serious?
I don't like the bankers, the
You're not serious.
the accountants, the weatherman, the weather woman, the weather person.
They're not serious.
Oh, they should be. Got some very important stuff to report.
I
But
could do their job.
if you know the
You
thing
saw how good I did the last time.
with the weather.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Monica news. Yeah. That's a great idea. If you haven't seen the Monica news, check it out on TikTok. I think the clip is just called Monica News.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You
I'm
said
the best news orator.
you are the best news orator. That's the official title for sure.
News orator.
News orator. But yeah, you kept on saying though, like you didn't want to get them all because they'd be like itchy, and I was like, Monica, it's going to be fine. Don't worry.
And now
every
you're
time I
feeling
move,
it.
I feel every little one on me. And a little Pikachu here, a little Pika Peek. He's coming off. It's my arm hair. But I'm pretty happy. It's almost like a full sleeve. I'm getting there. I would have to like shave my arms for the other side, but I could do that, and I could put like Digimon on there or Yu-Gi-Oh.
Gotta have those manly arm hairs.
So you have Pokemon, which is pocket monsters. You have Digimon, which is digital monsters. Why isn't Yu-Gi-Oh like Cardimon?
Maybe they had enough with all of that, and then they were like, let's do something different.
Yeah. I wonder what came first. And Yu-Gi-Oh might have come first. Yu-Gi-Oh released the same year I did. 96.
Of course you memorized it.
Well, of course I memorized it. Yeah. I came out the same year as Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. But in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, it wasn't like always like about card games. Like that's something that kind of changed as it got like more and more popular. But in the beginning, it was like they would just play like a bunch of different kind of games, you know, and like Duel Monsters, like the card game was like one of them. And like if you lost, you would like die and be sent to hell or something like that. And there's one game where you got to like stab your hand with a big knife. But they don't air that season.
What?
They don't air that
Why
season
do they
over
show
here
that
in the
to
West.
kids?
Well, they showed it to Japanese kids. They were built different, you know. They're tougher. They can handle it. Whereas over here, they just censor everything.
That makes sense.
It's a good thing though that the show did kind of go on to be the card game, because I remember back in the day when like all the kids at school would have Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? Like that was the thing. You brought your deck to school and you would duel until teachers like kids went to teachers and went, he stole my cards, or I lost my cards, and then they banned it throughout the whole school. There's this whole school-wide Yu-Gi-Oh ban.
Did they do that with Pokemon cards?
They did it with everything. There'd always be, when I was in school, there'd always be something new. I remember like first it was like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, and those were really popular, and then those got banned by the school. And then it was Beyblades. Beyblades was the next big thing. Then everyone bought their Beyblades to school.
Beyblades.
And then they banned Beyblades. Mighty Beans for a while. People would play.
Oh yeah, those ones, yeah.
Because the issue with Mighty Beans is people would play for keeps, right? And then marbles, just regular old marbles came back for a while. And people would just be shooting marbles, but they'd be playing for keeps once again. And I remember having my mind blown when like my dad took me to a store and I saw I could buy like this big bag of marbles for like $3 as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can still buy them at the Dollarama.
Then Tamagotchis got big. Tamagotchis and Pixel Chicks.
Pixel
Chicks were cool. I never had one. I kind of wanted one, but
wasn't there the Lego ones too?
like Lego kind of like digital pet things? Like
yeah, those like Lego Friends or something. Oh,
maybe. I don't remember either.
But I remember the box ones that you could put one against the other and then they could go next to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember, Pixel Chicks were like that. And there was something else that was like Pixel Chicks, but different. But there was like that commercials like, pick, Pixel Chicks, love to shop, mall, we're at the mall. And my joke back in the day with my sister was like, pick my nose, hate to shop, mall. But it wasn't that creative. Those were the days. What do you want to talk about? How's it going with you?
Good.
Yeah?
Goody good.
Your art's coming together nicely.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like we're working on. It's kind of weird because I feel like. Oh, it's probably
like
different.
I'm ahead and you're behind.
Yeah.
Like on collection 6.
That is true. Well, just because like a year ago, our big roles were. I would do like photo and video for like our Instagram page. I do the occasional Instagram reel or like a TikTok video. And then I would also like record and edit these like big fun videos where it's you in a green screen world. You go on adventures. With each new collection, we have a new theme. And the video would kind of correspond with that. Like right now we're at collection 5. Everything's bear themed. So you went to Barrio Paradise. And we released part 1 on Black Friday back in November. Yeah. And I said, okay, part 1's coming out now. And normally I'd release the next part 2 weeks later. Yeah, I'm still...
Yeah.
I haven't even,
Daniel.
I'm like,
show me results.
I just cut you out of the green screen this morning on one of the clips, but I've got a lot more to do. But it's going to be worth it. But I feel bad because I keep hyping this video up as like this could be like one of our coolest videos yet if I pull it off. But I just need to rush to finish it up, and then we can start moving on the next one. Because we also haven't like talked about what the theme of the next collection is, and I don't want us to give it away yet. I don't want us to give it away until the collection 5 part 2 video comes out. But it's a few months late. Just this podcast has been keeping me busy, you know?
Yeah.
That's my job these days. I'm a little podcast editor. But I think it's cool. Like I feel like I'm getting better at it as time goes on. Like my editing skills are getting better. Like I think the videos are coming out looking and sounding a little bit better now than they were like a few months ago. I think I'm a little faster with it. I'm finding new methods. I'm just having fun with it.
Yeah. I think I really like doing the Monica news.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do it again sometime.
That was a fun clip. Well, we should do something a little different. We can't do the Monica news every time. And with that too, when I was editing that, I looked up a little tutorial on like how can I have a little news box pop up. It wasn't in the YouTube version, but it's in the TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. So it's cool. And I think like the news bubble said like octopus is falling from the sky. Who is the Monica prophecy?
The Muffin Man strikes again.
Muffin Man strikes again. Yeah.
He's coming for you, Daniel.
Yeah.
He's got to find you.
So how do you feel about like the new art that you're making?
I feel like my process is like getting faster, and it's not just like, it's more like accessible. Like I can change things faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the iPad and stuff.
Yeah, no, you're learning and you're like growing your skills. Like we've changed a lot since like 2021 when we were like first doing this stuff. When we started, my role in terms of the art was really just I'd let you know what the mistakes were, and like that was kind of it. But I think starting with the last collection and now going into this new one, collection 6 that we're working on,
it's a lot more like we collaborate and we say like, what could make this look better?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that. I feel like the first 3 to 4 collections are like mostly you with a little bit of input from me, and I guess that's still the case. Still mostly you, but the more recent stuff feels more Danica to me, right? Like the shirt that I'm wearing, we had whole conversations about what's the story behind this and how can we tell that story more effectively, right? Like I know we were talking about, and if I'm saying too much, you can tell me to shut up, but we're talking about stuff like this guy down here, like originally I think he was facing the other direction, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And we were talking, okay, well, what is he trying to do? Is he trying to rescue the bears that are inside that thing's mouth? Is he just trying to like escape for himself? He's trying to do this. And when he told me no, he's trying to like rescue those bears, I'm like, okay, well, let's have him face the bears. Like, let's do that kind of thing. And it's cool. I like that we have that kind of like that back and forth, you know, and like I bounce my ideas off you, you bounce your ideas off me, and I think like we're stronger as a unit because of that, you know. Like you could sell your own art, I could make my own videos, but I think it's a combination of us.
But
you know,
yeah,
that's
but
what
then
Danica
you wouldn't
is.
be talking to anyone.
Yeah, it would just be me going, "Hey everyone,
These
this
are
is
my
Dan."
goals, and I'm gonna catch some Pokemon, and I'm obsessed with my Pokemon.
Oh, and I never shut up about some things. Like that Pokemon talk, that would have become like a 6-hour conversation.
Yeah, or if it was
just
a
to myself.
Spider-Man talk.
Oh yeah,
It's like Spider-Man.
Well, like
Be my man.
when we were talking
Be
about
my main man.
about the stuff,
Oh.
we were talking about the main stuff like last week with Spider-Man. I was like, oh, and then this happened. This thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it was too
okay,
long.
we've heard enough.
Daniel.
We've heard enough.
No, you're trying to go back
help
in
condense it.
No, stop it. What do you think I talk a lot about? Do you think I talk a lot about the Muffin Man and like stuff?
Yeah, you have like repeat stuff. Maybe the Muffin Man. You talk about Shrek a lot. What do you talk about a lot?
See, don't even pay attention to me.
I pay attention to the interesting
No, you
stuff.
don't pay attention to me, Dad.
I don't know. You always watch those like really like cheesy like movies all the time.
Why? Why do you think they're cheesy, Daniel?
Because they are. It's like a lot of the time it's like it's stuff that you assume would have gone like straight to DVD back in the day. And when it is something big, it's something big like Twilight, which hey, people like Twilight, they can like what they like. It ain't
But
for me.
I didn't really like it. It was just funny.
That's what they all say. That's how it always starts. Oh, I'm watching it ironically. It's ironic. No.
It's ironically, Daniel.
I know the secrets. I know the truth.
But it's the sparkly boy. He pulls you in.
Do you think people can watch things ironically? Like, I'm not so convinced. Like, I think that usually when it starts with someone watching things ironically.
I really want to. You know what I want to watch ironically?
What?
You know, like the mansion.
Are you talking MILF Manor again?
Yeah.
Stop talking MILF Manor. You can watch MILF Manor then. But that's how it starts. That's how it starts. Nothing, when people want to watch something ironically, it's rarely actually like, either it rarely starts ironically or it rarely like ends ironically. It's always like, ha ha ha, I'm kind of like this, ha ha ha. But then you get like deeper and deeper into it. And like a week later, they're like obsessed.
But
it's like you at Twilight.
Funny.
Sure.
You think I have to be obsessed with everything?
Yeah, I know you.
No.
I know you.
No, I can just watch stuff for fun and then like leave it be.
That's what you said about Twilight, and then you watched 5 films in like the course of 1 week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
Am I wrong?
Well, what if I just wanted to watch all of them ironically?
You can't watch 5 movies ironically.
Yes, I can. I'll show you, man. I'll show you and all of your pals.
Okay. But I think that's what it's about. I think it's about like, I want to enjoy this, but I'm worried that my pals will judge me. You know?
What? You always judge me. What's the point?
Yeah, well, that's my job.
No matter what I do.
As your fiance, that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
No matter what I do, you're always there. You're like, oh,
yeah, but you
judge my Danica.
You do the same with me, though.
Yeah.
So it balances out. It all balances out in the end.
It's because you do it, so I have to do it.
Oh, maybe I do it because you do it.
Oh.
Ever think of that?
Ah.
It's the chicken or the egg, the Dan or the Monica. Which came first?
What do you think came first?
The chicken or the egg?
The chicken?
But where did the chicken come from?
Okay, so maybe it was like a bird, like an actual like pterodactyl, and then it turned into a, and then like it's like the dodo birds, like they stopped flying because everything was so peaceful and like there had no predators, and then they became chickens, and then they laid an egg, and then there was other chickens.
But where did the dodo come from? Where did the velocity, like what's the starting point? The
dodo started from pigeons. They flew to this island.
Yeah, well, we were watching a video on dodos.
Yeah, they flew to this island, and then there was no predators in sight, so they didn't need to fly. So then they became bigger and lost their sense of flying.
Yeah, but the question is though, like, what's that like starting life look like, right? That's the real thing between a chicken and an egg. It really doesn't matter if you're talking about like an actual chicken or an actual egg, right? It's just the concept, right? It's, well, how could the egg be there if there's no chicken to lay it, right? But how can the chicken be there if it's not coming from an egg?
Because the bird evolved into a chicken.
I like to think it started as you. You're like a time traveler. You're like pre-chicken or post-chicken.
No.
You think we'll evolve into anything cool in the future? Like it's millions and millions of years from now, people have wings?
Like,
or maybe an extra finger?
No. Maybe we get bigger eyes because we're always looking at stuff.
Have I talked about the toe thing? But the number of toes I have?
I don't know, man.
Back in high school, a few friends of mine, like they started this rumor that I had 6 toes. And it went around the school a little bit. And people came up to me, they're like, Dan, you have 6 toes? How do you have 6 toes? How do you, what's going on with your 6 toes? But the great thing is, like, they could never really decide whether that was per foot or total.
Yeah.
Right. And that was the great big mystery. And I was talking to one of my buddies, he brought it back up again today. And also back when I used to work in this one store, they put up like this Christmas tree every year, and there'd be, I don't know, something on the tree with all of our names on it. I can't even remember. But yeah, I put down Dan, normal amount of toes, Hendley. Sometimes I'll walk up to people and say, hey, I'm Dan Henley. I have a normal amount of toes. Just got to set the record straight. You never know what they might have heard.
But that sounds like you're hiding the fact that you don't have normal amount of toes. And then you're just
I have the normal amount of toes.
And then you're just saying that so people think that you have the
normal amount of
right
toes.
amount of toes.
I don't have 6 toes.
See? You're trying to hide it right now.
I do not have 6 toes.
See?
Where did you hear this?
Why are you so aggressive with it?
Where did you hear this?
Why are you so aggressive with it, huh?
Where?
Huh? What are you hiding? Huh?
The Great Toe Conspiracy.
The Great Toe. 1 toe. You're the one that's like, oh, you only have toe. No, it's the finger thing. You said that the
thumb's
thumb
not
is
a finger.
not a finger.
Yeah, it's not.
Then what is it?
It's a thumb. Thumb is not a finger.
But it's part of the hand, and it's
Okay, so is my wrist, but it's not a finger. These are fingers. This is a thumb.
but it looks exactly like the fingers except shorter.
Well, no, I don't really know why it's not a finger. But
Okay, then if that's not a finger, then why is the pinky a finger?
the pinky and the thumb are two very different beasts. Maybe that's the best example. Look, they're about the same length, right? But the thumb is nice. It's big. It's thick. You can do something with this. Pinky, don't need it. Don't want it.
Yeah.
You know what I want? I want another
can-
thumb at the end of this.
No, you can just like, if you drop something, you can just like be like, ha, I caught it with my pinky.
Like midair as it's falling.
Yeah, like, oh, I caught it with my pinky.
I'm not as convinced.
I get it.
I got it.
It's like an extra finger. Like if you drop something, you're like, oh, I can get it with my pinky.
I just think we need like an extra thumb.
That would look weird.
Because that's what separates us.
Okay, then if there was another
animals.
thumb here, then would it be like this thumb but facing the other way?
It'll just be this thumb
It would
over
look
here.
weird.
I feel like a second thumb would be more helpful than a second pinky. Or than one pinky.
What if instead of the thumb you put the pinky?
That is a good question.
Then we wouldn't be able to do anything. We'd just be like, and then we'd become T-Rexes again. And we'd have the hands over here because we wouldn't use them.
Yeah.
We'd use our feet more.
Feet are weird.
Why are you such a dislikable feet
They're
person?
just dirty. You walk on them all day. If you walked on your hands all day, it'd be weird about that too.
Daniel,
What is it, Monica?
what country do you think would get invaded by aliens first?
What country do I think would get invaded by aliens first? Okay, tell me about these aliens. Right? Are these aliens like what's their goal? Why are they coming to Earth?
To clean up the earth, to make it livable. Because we're making it non-livable.
Okay.
Or they want, or they're a dying species and they want to repopulate with us.
Okay, that's easy then. You go to Canada. That's easy. Canada, because you have so much space for all these new people. Like, it's a big, empty country. You can fit all those aliens in there, right? But the thing is, the United States might attack. But if the U.S. tries to attack, they're close enough, they can attack back. Because I was going to say, like, if you want to, like, rule over the world, you take out the big players first. Because I don't think, like, they'd be able to, like, start small and work their way up. I think they'd have to go in. Who's got the big armies, right? You got the U.S., China, Russia.
Pew, 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 pew.
But do it in, come to Canada. You got tons of space to repopulate. And then have them across the border. You know.
Yeah, but
go, show a
we would
little force.
never let them in. Come on, they're aliens.
How do you think they're getting here? Do you think they're, like, trying to, like, go through at, like, the border crossing?
No, but it's just
They're like coming down from the sky. They're coming down from the sky.
Anywhere that the aliens would come, they would get captured and then they wouldn't be living.
Well, if you're worried about capture, then you definitely want to come to Canada, right? You go pretty far up north to one of the less populated places and you slowly work your way down from there. You can go in fairly undetected.
Do you think there's aliens here, Daniel? Already
Yeah,
disguised?
right there. Our boy Timothy.
But already disguised.
Already disguised.
Living among us.
Are you about to, like, come out as an alien to me?
Living among us.
Is that what's happening here?
Living among us!
Monica's an alien. Monica is an alien. I knew it. I knew it all along.
Do you think they're living among us, Daniel?
I think you're one of them, yes.
They're living among us. They're coming for you.
And neurotypical people. I think they're the aliens. Or maybe neurodivergent. I don't know. You can do it either way. But, like, we've had some times lately. We've had to like meet up with people who've all been great people, but the whole time I was like, I'm gonna talk to someone. I'm gonna sit down. How do I seem neurotypical? How do I? Which like I really shouldn't be doing. Like
unmask yourself, Daniel. Unmask.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like mask less. But it's still there. It's hard to like. After a couple decades of like having that mask on, it is a slow and long process to take it off. But some things I don't put in so much effort anymore, like making eye contact. And it's not that I can't, like I can make eye contact with somebody. It's just that I find it distracting and draining, right? Like if I'm going to give you the most in a conversation that we're having, I'm probably not going to look into your eyes, because when I look into your eyes, I'm not just like being like, hey, here's this person I'm making contact with. When I'm looking into somebody's eyes as I'm talking to them, I'm checking myself, right? When I'm looking into somebody's eyes as I'm having a conversation, I'm trying to see what kind of reaction I'm getting from them. And there's this weird thing that happens too, where I can tell that either I said something wrong or they want me to shut up, because I've given like, they asked me, hi, how's it going? And I've given them like a 5-minute answer, something like that, right? But so I can recognize when people think that I go a little bit too far in conversations, but I can't always recognize, I often can't recognize why they think I've gone too far in those conversations. You know? Like, I just know that, like, if I'm trying to explain something, I'm trying to have a conversation, there's that, okay, whatever, I don't care anymore. Look, but what were the words I said? What was the point of this conversation where I took it too far? Where is that line? I don't know where it is.
Where's the border?
And also, if it's just an issue of like, I'm not like conveying this message like efficiently enough, like how can I do that more efficiently? Because I don't know, right? Because with my brain, I go, okay, this detail's relevant, this detail's relevant, this, you need to know all this, right?
Yeah. I do the same thing on the phone.
Yeah.
I talk too long and then they're like, bleh.
Yeah. And I find like the opposite thing though is I can also give people very, very little details. But oftentimes they don't want that either. There's this like happy little middle ground that I think like all the neurotypicals have like a little group chat where they're like, okay, 67 words. That's it. That's a good amount of words. If a conversation is more than that, they're wrong.
Run for your lives.
If a conversation is less, then run. I just want to know, like, what is that word count? Is it by topic? Is it by like occasion? Is it by like, what are all these things? But this is also probably just me being autistic and trying to find like the logical answer for it all, but I just don't get it.
You're just trying to unveil the guidelines.
I can recognize when someone thinks I've been talking too much. I can recognize when someone thinks I haven't been talking enough, but I don't know where that middle ground is. But also, depending on the situation, I don't always care, right? Like, I think if there's like somebody who's putting in like a big effort to kind of communicate with you in a way that works for you, then sure, it makes sense that you can put in some effort to communicate in a way that works for them, right? But it's like I've said before, like if someone's just going to talk to me neurotypically, I'm going to talk to them autistically, right? If you're not going to try to meet me halfway, why should I be the one trying to meet you halfway? And I feel like that's the autistic experience. It's always, what can I do so I can fit into your group? How can I make it seem like I'm more like you? I'm one of you. How can I make it seem like I'm one of you? You know?
But you're not.
But I'm not.
So embrace it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I don't need to be. And I think it's cool. One of my favorite things is like talking to autistic people. Like or maybe even not even necessarily autistic, I guess just neurodivergent in general. Because there are moments where like I can recognize in somebody like, oh, you're not quite like the others. So I don't have to try to fake myself to prove that I'm like the others, you know? Like,
yeah,
you got your quirks,
pressure.
I got my quirks. Yeah, there's less pressure. Like that's what I prefer, you know, versus the whole like, oh, we got to go do the whole routine of let's talk about this and this and this. I don't care. But yeah, I find the easiest people for me to talk to are autistics and neurodivergent people in general. Do you feel like that with dyslexia? Like, is there like, I guess it's different. Is there like a dyslexic bond? Do you find if you were to talk to another dyslexic person, is it easier beyond the point of just having like shared experiences?
I think it's just the shared experiences, but
Yeah.
like also it's just the similar struggles, but
Yeah.
like also like it's just really annoying when you're talking and like you don't like sometimes like when people say jokes, it takes a while for me to get them, and then people like look at you like, oh, and then they like don't want to talk to you anymore, really.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
And
sometimes like you tell me a joke and I'm like and then like it takes a while and then you're like
Well, the two things I'll say. First of all, you often like don't get my jokes, and secondly, when you joke with me, you'll be like, Dan, blah, 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 blah. My response as a joke is to be like, yeah, whatever. Or, oh, Monica, I don't know about that. But I'm like jokingly like putting it like off. I'm like, yeah. But you think that I'm serious with that. And you're like, you never get my jokes. You never this. And I'm like, no, I'm playing with you. Like, I'm joking too. Like, this is me trying to do this back and forth.
I'm just always scared that you'll think that I'm serious.
Serious Monica.
Serious Monica.
Serious Monica.
But I'm never really serious, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I should just play along, I guess.
I don't know. I think there's a time to be serious and a time to just laugh and have fun and take things lightly, and it's important to know when is a good time for what. And I know that you're going to get it wrong too, Hindsight's 20/20. What is hindsight? What's the hind part mean?
I don't know, Daniel. I don't even know what it means.
Hindsight's like when you're like looking back. When people say like hindsight is 20/20, it means like when you're looking back at the past and wondering like what you could have done differently, like you're going to look at that with perfect vision, right? It's I should have.
What if it's a false memory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have then you don't really know if it's relevant or not.
I remember.
Is it relevant, Daniel?
I remember a while ago we were having a conversation and I was like talking about false memory, right? And how if you tell somebody, oh, remember this thing that happened like when you were a child and like you got lost in the mall or this happened? A lot of people, if you bring it up to them as like something that's already happened, like they will like build that memory from nothing in their mind. They'll be like, yeah, I kind of remember that. I kind of do. Right? You can tell somebody, hey, remember that moment that didn't actually happen. But if you play it off like it did, they might believe you, right? And they might create that memory on their own. I remember talking about that and being like, yeah. And then a few days later, we're going on a walk and you try that with me. You're like, Dan, remember when we did this? I'm like, oh yeah, I was wearing a red shirt that day and blah, blah, blah. And you just start laughing. You're throwing all these tricks right back at me.
I like doing it a lot.
Yeah.
I try to do it a lot to you.
I always think it's interesting, like, just how the mind works. And there's so much about the human brain we don't know as well. But that stuff's crazy.
Sometimes I just think there's a little SpongeBob up in there and he's just like throwing trash around and he's like, what trash are you gonna pick up today with your brain?
Yeah. SpongeBob's great. Hope that show never ends. SpongeBob. But it's not.
Is it time?
Is it time? Time for what?
Is it time?
Is it time?
Is it time, Daniel?
It's time.
Is it finally time? Is it?
It's drawing time.
It's drawing time. Why does he look so sad?
I don't know. Why not?
Are you sad?
That it's drawing time?
Is it sadness?
We'll see what we pick.
Oh.
So, for those of you who don't know, drawing time is the time when we draw. I will shake the squid head. Monica will pick a lovely little idea out of it, and we'll draw what we get. Shark! 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 Pick one, anyone. Oh, it's one of yours.
Yeah. Barney falls in love with Pikachu. Is there any way to escape?
You wrote this.
Yeah.
Read it from the beginning.
Okay. Barney falls in love with Pikachu. Is there any escape for Pikachu?
Wait, what?
Yeah, is there any way to escape for Pikachu? Like, is there a way?
Barney falls in love with Pikachu. Is there any escape for Pikachu? Okay, so Pikachu doesn't like feel this love back.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So you gotta draw how Pikachu escapes from Barney's love.
Okay, but like, not like he's not physically in danger, right?
No.
Like it's not. Okay,
No,
I want to clarify.
No.
Barney's not trying to like force anything on Pikachu.
No.
Okay, good. Because I'm not drawing
He's
that.
just doing the lovely eyes, and then Pikachu's like, "Oh no, gotta leave."
I see. Why do I have like all the purples? Look, I have 4 purples. There's always that rumor that like the reason Barney got fired is he like stubbed his toe and swore in front of kids. But like,
Do you think that's true?
no, it can't be.
Why can't it be?
Because the guy that's in the Barney suit isn't the guy who's doing the voice of Barney.
Oh,
Right? Like it's,
that's true.
yeah. So like even if, I mean, he'd have to like have a very loud yell and swear.
I kind of forget what Barney looks like. It's been too long.
I'm not helping you. That was your idea to do Barney in the first place. You must suffer the consequences.
Suffer.
But I think that's the good thing about it. Just doing Barney from memory, you know?
Yeah.
Although you were scared of Barney.
Yeah, I know.
So now we're going to have these Barney pictures in our house.
I know.
Whatever will you
why
do?
Why did I do that?
I do not know. Oh, when I was a kid, I had like a VHS tape.
A Barney?
Yeah, but it's like me in that Barney episode. You've seen that tape, right?
What? What's that?
It's like there was a service where you like send in a picture of yourself and they like paste it onto like this like cartoon like character or whatever. And then the whole Barney tape is about you. And they have it with like different people's
That's
names.
creepy.
So Barney's like, look, everyone, it's Daniel. Oh.
That sounds really creepy.
I've shown you clips of other people doing it. But yeah,
I don't remember this.
Look, it was the coolest thing. And it was like, oh, look, Daniel's on TV. I think my grandfather did that with the service.
That's maybe why I never did that, because I was so afraid of Barney.
Barney.
Were you afraid of Barney, Daniel?
No, of course not.
Oh no, I'm broke. I'm broken. I don't know. Remember when I was watching The Lion King 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I've never really seen it.
Well, there were so many of those like Disney like straight to like VHS kind of direct to home video or whatever, you know. Remember the Disney Vault? They used to always have commercials of like, this movie's being locked away in the Disney Vault.
Yeah. Like Pinocchio was for so long.
Apparently that's something they did until like a decade ago.
Is there a vault anymore, or like?
No, well, it wouldn't make sense because now they got Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They kind of went from like, you can only buy these certain DVDs while you can, so buy them now. Which is just the marketing tactic, really. To now it's like, hey, you can have everything, you know, everything Disney all in one place. Oh, can we talk about Netflix?
Yeah.
Netflix went... I was hearing all that news about how Netflix is going to crack down on password sharing.
And we were like, oh, maybe it won't happen.
Yeah, and then the news changed. There's backlash, and they're like, oh no, guys, actually, that's not happening. That wasn't supposed to go on the website, you know.
And then they're like, policy. Only in Canada.
No, it's like Canada, Australia, and one or two other places, I think.
Oh.
But we were...
that's no fair.
I was not paying for my own Netflix before, and now that it's been, you know, now that it's over, now that password sharing isn't really a thing anymore, I won't be paying for Netflix again. There are a lot of other places to watch movies, and I think it's like 20-something bucks a month if you want like the plan that has like 4K streaming and this and this. And it's like, that's too much. That's too much.
I'm doing the human teeth. Now he looks scary.
All right, I gotta look at my arm to reference. Okay, that's what Pikachu looks like.
Come on, you play so much so much of it, and you don't even know what it looks like.
I don't know. It's, you know, like I got a general sense.
General sense. I'm obsessed with Pokemon, but I cannot picture them.
I'm not obsessed with Pokemon, but I just, you know, I'm digging it right now. So what brought this idea to your mind? How did this come to be?
I think it's just the fact that we were doing the tattoos and stuff.
Yeah, actually, why have I been asking that question? Look at my arm.
Yeah. I didn't do a good job with my Pikachu. He kind of looks like a mini yellow man.
Yours? Oh, I shouldn't be looking at yours, but we'll compare later. I get the feeling yours is still probably going to be a lot closer than mine.
But he still looks like a mini yellow man.
Mini yellow Pikachu. All right, you ready? All right, so once again, this is Barney falls in love with Pikachu. Is there any escape for Pikachu? To show it all off, we have Monica ready to go. Monica, show us your lovely artwork.
So Barney's here. He got the lovey hearts.
Those human teeth.
And the human teeth that I hate so much. And he got the hearts for Pikachu, and Pikachu's escaping with the balloons and saying Pika Pika.
It looks like Pikachu's floating down to him.
No, he's
but his
floating.
Arms are like
he's
there
floating
to catch
up.
Him. The arms are there to catch him.
Okay, well maybe he's not floating too high up, but he's getting slowly.
Why aren't Barney's arms higher?
Because Barney's arms are short and stubby in my mind, but I feel like that's
they can be short and stubby here, or they can be short and stubby here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He's too much in love to see where his arms are.
I see. He's blinded by love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe he's coming down in the balloon. He's too heavy for the balloons. Nobody knows, but he's trying to get away with the balloons.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. You want to see mine?
Yeah.
All right. So mine.
I saw it, glanced at it, and I was like, oh, that's terrifying.
Here's Barney.
It's very terrifying.
And we both remember Barney having something on the front. I thought it was green, and I saw your yellow. I don't know, though. I feel like I might be right, but I think like the shape of yours is better.
Yellow. It's like a greenish yellow.
I thought it was like this kind of green. But anyways,
I don't remember.
Barney's going, I love you. You love me. And Pikachu's just freaked out going, Pika! So that's mine. I try to make him frightening because I know how frightened you are, Barney.
Oh, no.
Although I am sorry. I could have made scarier teeth. I know that you're not at all frightened by these teeth because they look sharp and vicious. And what really frightens
Daniel. Yeah.
are human teeth.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
I don't know. I do not know. And I thought you were going to do this. I got this idea from you with like the heart eyes. You were describing that earlier. Yeah. So I got some heart eyes on Barney. And
I love you, Pikachu.
Yeah.
Pika?
Pika? It doesn't know how to.
I love it.
At first I was going to have it either like, try to run away or like use a move. I thought about having him like paralyze Barney. But I like the idea that he's just shocked and doesn't know what to do. And then I also thought about writing down like Pikachu saying like, I love you as more of a friend. But I thought just the simple Pika is where it's at.
Yeah.
So that's mine. This is yours.
Human teeth, man. That's where it's at.
And let us know in the comments, which one do you like? Do you like Dan's? Do you like Monica's? Do you like Dan's?
Monica.
Do you like Monica's?
Okay, that's enough.
Vote in the comments below.
It's mine.
This is the correct answer.
Mine.
But Monica has also participated. So So this has been the Danica Daycast.
Danica Daycast!
Danica Daycast! I'll have to wash all these off my arm after.
No.
But they'll come off naturally.
No.
Naturally.
No.
Or will seep into my skin and I'll get pokey poisoning.
Yeah, pokey posing.
That's something to be concerned about. But this has been the Danica Daycast. We hope you enjoyed. Check out our cool art. It's at danicadaydreams.ca. It's a collaboration, but really it's mostly Monica's ideas. And I just pitch in here and there when I can. Check us out on TikTok. That's where we post the daily clips. That's the best way to watch our podcast. Although, of course, if you do like watching the whole thing, watch it on YouTube, watch it on Facebook. And yeah, that's us. Danica Daydreams. Goodbye. Goodbye. 15 episodes. Goodbye. That's a good amount. Goodbye. Goodbye.